So today I am super excited. I have a copy of Faith and Fury Psychic Awakening in my hand. And we're going to be talking about the Alpha Legion, which is my chapter. I freaking love the Alpha Legion. They are the best of all the chapters. Do you know that the power, every single chapter got given a special power by the Emperor? Did you know that? Do you know what the Alpha Legion special power is? So like Space Wolves got like Wolfie strength, right? And then like the Word Bearers had like religious fervor. Do you know what the Alpha Legion's power is? No one does.
Being spooky.
Free will.
Oh.
That's what the Emperor gave him, free will. And they chose to go against him. Love that. So, Alpha Legion, we're going to go through this right away. We've got Warlord Traits. I'm going to do them in backwards order because I think number 1 is the best one. Number 6, we have Faceless Commander. Once per battle, at the end of your movement phase, remove this Warlord from the battlefield, set them up again within 3 inches of a friendly Alpha Legion infantry unit more than 9 inches away from enemy models. I don't hate this one. I can definitely see use for it. This is a big one because I really like having 2 specific warlords for my Alpha Legion. I have a unique type of Smash Captain or Smash Lord, and I have a Demon Prince. And I love the 2. And so I can see myself using this literally just so that when one of my infantry are in trouble, the Demon Prince pops up
just zips over.
Yeah. So I can see that being used, but I've got better uses, which we'll talk about later. Cult Leader, I do like this one. When resolving an attack made with a weapon by a model in Alpha Legion Chaos Cultist within 6 inches, unmodified wound rolls of 6, the AP goes up by 1. I used to use a lot of Cultists, but they've just been nerfed too much.
They're in a bit of a...
They're not playable. Then I'm going to skip over here. We're going to go back to 2 others in a second. We've got Headhunter. Allows your character to target enemy models even if they're not the closest enemy unit. And when resolving an attack with a ranged weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 6 is 1 more to wound. This is the sniper unit that I wish the Alpha Legion had, but I don't want it on my Warlord. I don't want a sniping Warlord. I want a unit.
It's very weird it's a bit weird on a Warlord.
Yeah, like let me add that to troops. Spend a command point to upgrade them to be headhunters. That's what I want.
That would have been a really cool CP strat.
Yeah. Clandestine, when resolving an attack made against this warlord, subtract 1 from the hit roll. That's kind of good because they already have that, so it's like -2.
Yeah.
But again, you can't really target characters, so
it's...
Yeah. So then we've got 2. Me and Dakota are in an argument of which of the 2 are the better ones. I'm gonna make this argument publicly on camera. So Dakota reckons this is the better one. Master of Diversion. At the start of the first battle round, before it first time begins, pick 3 Alpha Legion units, remove them, and redeploy them again. If you redeploy a transport model, the units embark remain inside. I get the argument. The argument is you can redeploy to react to what's going on after knowing whether you get the first turn or not.
Yes.
You can move your Havocs into a position to shoot and be more dangerous. Like there's a lot of good arguments for why that's a good stratagem. Here's why I don't like it. Alpha Legion have the ability to move at the start of the game by spending command points. If I really need to move something, my whole army can get that ability through stratagems.
True.
And I'm so limited on Warlord Traits, and the other Warlord Trait destroys people. I think this is one of the best Warlord Traits in the entire game, and I'm gonna make an argument for why. You can interact with almost anything in the game. Command points, you can interact with buffs, all these different things. The one thing that you can very rarely interact with is victory points. And Alpha Legion is the only army that can interfere with victory points, specifically the 1 victory point condition that every game has.
This is a good point. I can't argue against it. Like I said, I will not stand here and say that I am Alfarius is a bad Warlord Trait. Forcing your opponent to play whack-a-mole with your characters is definitely a valid thing.
So I am Alfarius, number 1. It's the same one, it's amazing. In addition to this Warlord Trait, you get a randomly generated Warlord Trait. So that's great. You get an extra Warlord Trait. In addition, when an Alpha Legion character is destroyed, you can generate a Warlord Trait for a different character and replace them. And if the mission you're playing grants victory points for destroying the enemy Warlord, your opponent will only get it if all Alpha Legion characters are destroyed. Kingslayer. That is like, if you're playing with tactical objectives, D3 extra victory points for killing the Warlord, +1. And Kingslayer is triggered even if they killed it earlier on in the game. True. The ability to have an offensive character and a defensive character, and for your opponent to be denied victory points. And I can remove my troops if I want. I've got other ways to redeploy my troops with Alpha Legion. I just think it's so freaking strong. I am Alfarius. is the best.
It's very strong, but remember, Master Diversion just says units. So you can use this to literally pick up, if you have like 3 Forge Fiends or something bigger, that literally lets you pick 3 of them up, put them on the other side of your deployment, all the way, like it's not just 9 inches. You can pick them up and put them way over here, which can be on a different firing lane, and it will just cut off certain armies that like if they try to position, put you down range, you'd be like, no.
See, my argument is you set up correctly in the first place, you don't have to worry about that. That's my counter argument. Okay. But I get your point. Stratagems. First of all, forward operatives. They fixed the wording. It's not the wording we wanted to see, but it is fixed. 1 command point. When you set up an Alpha Legion infantry unit, at the start of the first battle round, before it begins, you can move them up to 9 inches. It cannot end this move in 9 inches. So it's not the forward operatives we wanted to see, where we can just set up anywhere on the battlefield like Scout, but
no,
it's not terrible, and actually remarkably good with certain things. I like using it with the Decimator with the dual Soul Burner Petards, the mortal wound gun, because it brings it in range.
Though it won't work on them.
Oh, because they're not infantry. Well, there we are. So that answers that. So that won't work.
But it's good on Chain Cannon Havocs, because
yeah,
the
Chain
short
Cannon
range,
Havocs,
it fixes that range
fixes that. So yeah, it's okay. Not the end of the world. Conceal, however, I do like.
Yes.
2 command points. Pick an Alpha Legion infantry. Until the end of that phase, enemy models can only target the unit if it's the closest visible target. That on Havocs
can really frustrate your opponent, because you're already at a -1 at range. So stacking that with this, it's like, great. Now you got to chew through everything in front of it before you can get rid of it. Or that unit of Obliterators works on them too.
Yeah, I do like that one. So this one's really good. Sabotaged Armory. When an opponent's vehicle rolls to see if they explode on a 6, add 3 to the dice roll, so it's going to blow up on a 3-up, but the roll cannot be rerolled. What I like about this is 1 command point, which is really cheap.
It's cheap.
And I do like my Mortal Wound Decimators on my Alpha Legion. And so you just drop one of the vehicles in their deployment zone that they're hugging, and then get it to explode. I just think that's great.
It's definitely the most troll-worthy stratagem I've seen in any codex, period.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually really powerful. Having a chance to blow up your opponent's vehicle, and they can't stop you. Think of it this way: would you pay 1 CP to like potentially do D3 mortal wounds, because most blow up at D3, to like 3 or 4 units that are hugging a vehicle?
Yep.
The answer is yes. You do it.
Absolutely. Next up we have Scrambled Coordinates. This one, it's 1 command point, and it forces your opponent, when they come in via reinforcements, to be 12 inches away from Alpha Legion units. That's the whole army is to be 12 inches away. So that's pretty good for denying, deep strike later on in the game.
Yeah, or like Gene Stealer Cults.
Yep, Gene Stealer Cults.
Gonna want to use that. That's actually pretty nice.
Yep.
It's actually pretty sweet.
Yep, that's a good one. I like this one, Renaissance Infiltration. Essentially, it's 1 command point. You can take an Alpha Legion infantry that's further than 3 inches away from enemy models, remove them from the battlefield, at the end of your next movement phase, bring them back on the battlefield more than 9 inches away. I love this one.
Actually, incredibly powerful.
For a command point.
From 1 command point, yes, you lose that round of shooting if it's like a shooting unit, but being able to like turn 4, pick up a unit, and then on turn 5, drop them on an objective.
Yeah, that's game changing.
Can win you games.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
That's pretty big.
Absolutely. 2 command points, Ambush. Use it in your opponent's movement phase after they set up on the battlefield as reinforcements. 1 Alpha Legion unit within 18 inches can shoot as if it's a shooting phase. That's just better than Auspex Scan in every way.
Yeah, because there's no penalty.
No penalty. 18 inches instead of 12 inches. Everything about that's better.
Which means that your opponent literally, it just completely hoses. I mean, nobody's going to be able to come down from a deep strike and like charge you with like 18 inches.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's so good.
1 command point for Feigned Retreat. You can fall back and still shoot. I'm so happy they have that. It's great.
It's really good.
And then we are Alpharius. At the beginning of the battle, after nominating your Warlord, pick 1 Alpha Legion character that is not your Warlord and give them a Warlord trait. It is regarded as your Warlord for the purposes of the Warlord trait. Each Warlord trait in your army must be unique. So this is amazing. For 1 command point, you can actually access an extra Warlord trait if you really want it, which defeats the argument we said earlier, because you can just have 2.
Well, at least not for everybody else.
Yeah, but you can for Alpha Legion, because they're the best. Better than Word Bearers.
No.
Yeah, they are. It's just a fact. Math. Let us know in the comments, which is better, Alpha Legion or Word Bearers. And actually, you know what? Come and talk to us. We have our group, Facebook group, Game Talk for Gamers. You can find the link in the description. Click on it. Come talk to me and Dakota and argue with us, because Alpha Legion's just better.
They don't even believe in the primordial truth.
That's because it's not true. It's primordial fake. All right, so we got the Drake Scale Plate, infantry model only. They have a 2-up save characteristic. When a model with this relic would lose a wound, they get a 5-up feel no pain. I just like that.
Yeah,
It's just great.
It's actually just kind of nice.
Yeah.
Just good to have.
On a Smash Lord, it's wonderful.
Yeah, totally nice.
Mind Veil. At the start of the movement phase, if a model with this relic is on the battlefield, roll 3d6. Until the end of the phase, the model's move characteristic is equal to the result. In the movement phase, a model with this relic can move across other models and terrains if they weren't there. And in the charge phase, they can move across other models if they were not there. That's amazing because everyone's lost that ability.
Really,
And you can charge in a tournament you fall back.
that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking strong.
That's pretty great.
Lots of ways to use that. Hydra's Whale. Once per battle, at the start of the battle round, these are artifacts, I'm not sure if I said that. At the start of the battle round, a model of this relic's on the battlefield can activate the Hydra's Whale. Until the end of the battle round, when your opponent spends command points, use a stratagem, roll a dice. On a 4-up, they have to spend 1 extra command point. Pretty good, but it's once per battle. I really just want that to be like every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next 3 are pretty cool. So there's Viper's Bite, which is a combi bolter. It's a rapid fire 2 combi bolter, strength 5, AP -3, 2 damage. So essentially 4 shots, strength 5, AP -3, 2 damage. The only time I would use that
With the sniper.
is with
Warlord
the sniper.
Trait. Yeah, I was just
Warlord
saying, I saw that.
Yeah.
I was thinking that same
Yeah,
thing.
it's the only time that those 2 things would go together, but it is pretty good if you combine them.
If you combine them, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Put a Chaos Lord on a bike with the combi plasma in his hand, and you can
Combi
proc this-
bolter.
No, you can proc this. The combi bolter is on the bike. You can proc. You did. Nobody says you
yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah.
So that
yeah.
and a plasma, so you can double tap plasma and that
High
gun.
five. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and you thought only snipers on bikes came in the Gene Sealer cult.
God.
Hydra's Teeth, model with a bolt weapon only. The bolt weapon with this relic are granted the following abilities. Attacks made with this weapon automatically hit. The weapon wounds on a 2-up unless it is targeting a vehicle or Titanic unit, in which case it wounds on a 6-up. Units do not receive benefit of cover to their saving throws against attacks as weapon. So it's okay, but there's no AP. So
Viper's Bite is just
better.
strictly better.
Yep, on a bike.
Yeah.
And then Shade Blade, power sword or 4 sword only. It's a +1 power sword, does D3 damage, and when resolving an attack made against the bearer, subtract 1 from the hit roll. It's okay, but I think Viper's Bite for your assassin warlord is just better.
Yeah.
So there we have it, the Alpha Legion, the officially best legion in the entire game, better than any other army, especially the word bearers. Thanks so much for watching the video. As always, feel free to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the other videos and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on all the cool things that we upload. We appreciate you following us.